Here we go. First episode of BarnBurner Bets. Little introductions. I am Noah Ambuel. I run BarnBurner Bets Twitter page. And that is the voice of Dalton Lee. He has been a part of Whiteboard Wednesdays and now the first episode of the BarnBurner podcast. So, Dalton, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit to the people?
I'm not qualified at all to be saying anything. People should not listen to me. That's all I got.
You'll get a lot of that from Dalton. Next, we have Bryce. Bryce has been doing pretty well for himself so far this year. So, Bryce, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit here?
Yeah, my name is Bryce. Just straight up lucky so far, so I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Just on a luck streak right now.
Don't forget, we got Jacob in the back.
And we got Jacob.
Jacob's not on camera.
Yeah, we have one guy not on camera. His name's Jacob. He will be giving a curious pick each week, and we will visit that later in the show. But he is excited to be here.
The camera is back because I keep forgetting to move it. Anything's wrong, it's my fault.
All right, so let's get into it here. So we'll start by recapping our Whiteboard Wednesdays we've been doing on Twitter. And it's hard to deny what
We might as well start with the champ.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. Bryce, Bryce, what was going through your mind when you were picking all these, huh?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I texted Noah earlier this week, that week, and said I absolutely hated every single one of my picks, which is probably the best recipe to get all of them right. Shout out Max Dugan. Absolutely man of the people.
Hey,
saving me.
Let's talk about TCU.
TCU, the balls on that man. He had to have bet on the game. That was amazing.
Dude,
beautiful.
Everybody, everybody took TCU in the spread right there. It had to be. And if you're on the other side of that, you're feeling so good. You're like, oh.
That was the second time my whiteboard was against West Virginia, and I was starting to think that I was going to bet West Virginia for the rest of the year.
Dalton and I were getting a little nervous, and I had to break the news to Dalton on the couch. What had just happened after I went up and put the X's next to TCU.
Yeah, it was one of the few lights on Saturday.
Yeah, and I wasn't here. I was back home, and all of a sudden I get a Snapchat. I'm not even watching the game. I got a Snapchat from Bryce, like, oh shoot, TCU didn't win. And I'm checking Twitter, and I see like Dave Portnoy and all the Barstool
It was
guys.
electric.
They were just hurting.
They had 80,000 on that game.
Yeah, with West Virginia.
That's awesome.
And Max Dugan just decided, no, we're throwing it. We're going for it on fourth down. 20 seconds left. We're up by, were they up 4 at that time? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
3.
Oh, 3.
I think
covered,
yeah,
covered
3.
7
Yeah.
The touchdown.
Yeah, they won
Just
by 10.
It's just sick if you miss
The most unnecessary touchdown I saw all weekend.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved every bit of it, though.
I know. Yeah, that was.
Loved every bit of it. I'm not going to lie, Dalton and I went a little crazy watching it.
You have to. That's the best.
I needed some joy on Saturday. That's all it was.
Yeah, I think we all did. But yeah. So other than that, I mean, Bryce goes 5 for 5. First 5 for 5 performance of the year. So shout out, Bryce. Shout out.
Not going to happen again. Here we go.
And then we added a little underdog pick this week, and so for our underdog picks, we're going to be doing it has to be plus 300 or above.
Packers suck.
Well,
I woke up feeling good about Penn State.
the only reason I did feel good about Penn State is I know it's their whiteout game. I know it's against Ohio State. It's the biggest game of the year. That game has to be at 7 o'clock at night, dark, and that place going crazy with Penn State.
Whiteout game should never be midday.
That should never be it. You couldn't tell it was a whiteout, really. You thought everybody just came.
No.
Shout out the TV contracts for making Minnesota be the whiteout game and not, or be the night game and not Ohio State last week.
Minnesota rose that.
Roll the boat.
Yeah, can't do against that.
Roll the boat.
But other than that, I mean, on the whiteboard,
Okay. I'll get it out there.
No.
Okay, fine.
So I think it was Thursday. I woke up to look at the whiteboard again. I let something slip through the cracks. At starting this segment, I never thought we'd get to this point. To be honest. I thought we'd all understand. Like, let's be reasonable here. I look under Dalton's and I see Oregon minus 1,000 money line.
Are we not trying to win picks here?
We're trying to win the people
you'd
money.
have to bet 1,000 bucks on that to win 100.
I needed a little victory in my life.
You know, I get it. I just think we need to bring that in.
We need some guarantees. No one set any boundaries. I took a shot and I made it. I don't know what you want me to say.
And there are boundaries now.
That was a layup, Dalton.
Someone has to be the trailblazer. I understand.
Here's the thing. I was going to take the Cal spread. The only reason I didn't take the spread of that game is because Oregon struggles with Cal.
Yeah, and I mean, they get the win. Dalton gets the win on the board, and everything's fine with that. But now there is parameters here. Nothing more than minus 300. Like, you can't even take the Eagles this week.
I feel attacked.
You should.
Yeah.
But as a Trailblazer, you're going to feel attacked on the way. So,
It's fair enough.
and then, I mean, I hate to say this about myself, but it might be fade Noah season because I
You
suck
stink.
at NFL bets.
You stink.
I mean,
Oh,
I just
Here's what I gotta say. The only decent team that you bet on was the Giants. Let's be honest here.
I just remember that.
The Bears, they stink.
I thought the Cowboys stunk too. Let's be real. I never
The
thought
Raiders,
The Raiders.
The
That's
Raiders
the worst one.
they're dumpster fire.
Yeah, but I didn't think the beige water pistol was going to look like the red rocket that week. And Alvin Kamara, shout out to my fantasy team. Just put on a performance of a lifetime. That I
Shout out to no one on my fantasy team. They all stink.
I mean, it's fair. It's very fair. But yeah, I mean, I stink. I might not put an NFL bet on my board this week.
It's okay.
I think you're just scared.
Not all
You
of us
got
can
to
hit
throw
home
one
runs.
on there, Noah.
Not all of us can do it. What Bryce and I are doing
Just straight
week
domination.
in, week out.
I mean, you only chose the Nuggets just to fade me and my Lakers. So
No.
That's because the Lakers stink.
Yeah, thank you.
Basketball stinks.
But speaking of baseball, I mean, we're not going to bet tonight's game. We are recording on Monday right now, but we're not, and we don't know when it's going to come out, so we won't touch baseball or the Monday night game this week.
I'm telling you, Nick Castellanos hits a home run tonight for plus 600, though.
That would be
Mark
great.
my words.
You know, I took,
Give me the under. This is going to be a slugfest between no points.
Speaking of the under, I took if we had the capabilities, I would have put probably a good amount of money on no more than 2 hits in the first inning.
That's fair.
It's plus 130, I think, for no hits no more than 2 hits in the first inning.
Yeah.
I would have bet that. But anyways, I think Jacob, I need you to go to the World Series category here. I think to win the series right now, I think the Astros are minus like 110, and the Phillies are plus 130 right now to win the series.
Give me the Phillies.
The Astros are minus 130, Phillies plus 130.
The Phillies are America's team, and the Astros are cheaters.
Grease up the light poles, baby. Go
Grease up the
Phillies.
light poles, light Philly on fire.
You know, they need Jason Kelsey out there again.
Why are they not?
He hasn't took off that.
That might be one of the most Philly guys in any of their sporting teams.
This is Bryce Harper's moment that we've been waiting for years now.
Is there World Series MVP on there somewhere?
It's Bryce Harper will do something, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But right now,
Actually, I think Astros when it's Jordan. Phillies when it's Bryce Harper, right?
as long as it's not Jose Altuve,
If it's Jose Altuve, I'll be even more sad about the fact that the Astros won.
Yoran Alvarez has put me through pain this postseason. And
Sure.
For
Hey, let's just talk about the fact that the Mariners were 3 swings away from probably the World Series.
yeah, because the Yankees stunk. I mean,
Yankees
they weren't a real team.
Bad.
Yeah, and so I just, as a Mariners fan, longtime Mariners fan, it hurt this year. It was a great year. I was happy, but I was not expecting to beat the Astros. But the fact that we are 3 swings away,
It's true.
from like a completely different series, that's what hurts. That is what hurts.
To boost your number, Jordan Alvarez is plus 1,700 for the World Series MVP. Kyle Tucker is plus 500. He's the favorite.
'Cause he had those 2 home runs, in the
Yeah.
game, but they didn't win that game.
Bryce Harper is
Still 2 home runs on the
Who
board.
was the dude that was using the illegal bat, though? I
That
think
was,
that needs to be
Oh,
brought
the
up.
catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's nowhere near anywhere.
Can we just talk about how Albert Pujols has apparently been using that for 10 years and nobody...
Yeah,
What, you think that old man's hitting all these home runs with a regular ass bat?
He got grandfathered in. I mean, he took advantage of what was given to him.
statute of limitations.
Yeah.
It was,
Also, do they have like set aside juice balls for any time Albert Pujols was at bat this season?
I like to think so, but I also appreciated seeing 700.
That man looks like he was living on McNuggets
Also, how
for the
about
entire year.
we should not, whenever Adam Wainwright retires, since he didn't walk off,
He had
cannot
his chance.
You cannot walk off with Yadier Molina and
Albert
Albert
Pujols
Pujols. Walk off the field for the last time and say, "No, I'm coming."
is disrespectful.
I don't like it personally. It's an interesting move to have.
Like how we sprung over to baseball here.
Yeah, it's
And,
apparently a baseball
Okay,
nerd
Tennessee,
session.
Georgia.
All right, yeah, let's go. Let's get to Tennessee, Georgia. This will not be on any of the whiteboards. That's why we chose this game. Number 1 versus number 2. Tennessee's going to Georgia. I mean, it's the spread's at, what's the spread at?
8.5.
8.5. Spread's at 8.5. Georgia's favored by 8.5. The over-under's at 65.5. Dalton, you're first.
About 2 years ago, Noah and I were watching Georgia in my living room. And I said, I never would want a quarterback on my team that throws the same ball that Stetson Bennett does. They're never going to win with him. What do you do? Wins the national championship. Give me Georgia.
Why?
Why? Give me Georgia.
I like it. Bryce, to you.
I'm going to go on the flip side here. I'm going Tennessee plus 8.5. I think Tennessee's offense and defense are
Here's the
way
thing.
too fast. They have
Tennessee-
Heisman hopeful and Hendon Hooker.
He's plus 100 now. He's
For the Heisman?
Yeah. So 2 weeks.
He is
You're
straight
about
up
to bring me
all
into
in.
the Bo Nix conversation for the rest of this podcast.
No,
I have
no.
the stats pulled up.
Before they played Alabama, he was plus 1,500 to win the Heisman. After he beat, well, till now, he is plus 100.
Here we go, Dalt. We'll just say this
Okay.
is
I'm
Hendon's
just
opportunity
gonna
to play
throw it out.
a game that Bo Nix also played. The similar team.
That was a different Oregon team than
No.
what we have right now.
Hey.
Anyone will believe me.
I'm just saying, Rocky Top. I can honestly see them pulling this out too. It's a magical season. It's a magical season.
There's a slight chance. All I'm saying is Bo Nix.
Look at stats.
You're ready for this? 31 touchdowns total this year. It's a good amount. I think C.J. Stroud might have a couple more. Hendon Hooker's not even in that conversation. He had a Heisman moment at Alabama. That's it.
Throwing 10 touchdowns against Eastern Washington should not count.
What do you mean? That's a D1 football school. 72% completion percentage. Okay, why? Who is 4th in the nation for yards per carry? It's Bo Nix. 10 rushing touchdowns. He got 3 and 3 this week. This is against Cal, but
Okay, win's a win. You gotta play who's on. You gotta play who is on the schedule,
Plays in front of you.
and you gotta do what you gotta do. And
you got
also,
covered.
you gotta cover. You gotta cover. So going back to the Tennessee Georgia game, I was in that living room with Dalton, and he said that he's not going to bet on Georgia, basically ever, or wouldn't want.
As long as Stetson Bennett was there, I was out on him.
I just think this is one of those games where you find out who the real dogs are, and you see Georgia.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah. You see Kirby Smart in Georgia take this one by 2 touchdowns. I'm taking Georgia at minus 13.5 alternate spread, plus 132. I mean, I just think Georgia's that team.
The real SEC team is about to crown themselves this week.
Yeah, and Brock Bowers is just the best tight end in a long time. I think he's the best tight end in college football right now, including David Gronk over that at Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between those two programs.
Don't you be slandering Notre Dame right now.
I did. I just said he's a better player.
Notre Dame, good on him this week.
Good on him.
Good job, Notre Dame.
If we were going to bet that game right now, I'd take Clemson and however many points you want to give.
20, 30.
If this was on the road, I'd take Notre Dame by 15. Notre Dame's a better team on the road than they are at home.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Since we're on the college football topic, I think it's time to send it over to the Furious pick over here.
Let's hear it, JP. Let's hear it, JP.
Let's scoot in front of Noah a little bit. Show him your face. Come on.
Over here.
Come on.
Over here.
Even Jamie shows himself sometimes.
Even Jamie should. Well, it's funny that you bring up. I'm not really here for a curious pick that is college football related. but
Really?
More so football as a whole.
Okay.
I have a little rant that I need to go on here.
This is a different thing.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, this is a whole different.
We have no
concept.
idea
I
what's
have
about ready to be
seen-
said.
And watch football since a very young age. And much like the bat flip in baseball, football has a very pronounced extreme touchdown celebration, which is the helmet throw.
It's gotta be a great feeling.
It's a helmet throw, okay? And I feel that the game of football is using it too often. Okay? Yeah, we go to the Minneapolis Miracle, Stephon Diggs, you gotta throw the helmet.
Oh.
Miles Garrett.
Most impressive helmet throw of all
The
time.
game's over.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
over.
0 on the clock.
And they're winning.
In
It's not tied.
similar fashion, Miles Garrett, a beloved Ohio guy, throws the helmet and accidentally hits Mason Rudolph in the head. Okay?
Oh my
He made an incredible save against the team that hated him. Okay,
It was just one. It was just one of those throws where you don't really let go of the object either. You just kind of.
And if Mason Rudolph didn't have such a fat head, maybe it wouldn't hit him in the face. Okay. So what I'm here to say is, this is a personal bet of mine that I would love for you all to partake in. I would love to hear your thoughts. Over under 2.5 helmet throws in college or NFL football.
Just the whole weekend of football.
I think
whole week of
Michigan State's already hit that after this
Michigan
last
State
weekend.
jumping a guy in the tunnel.
Two guys.
Two guys,
I
yeah.
only saw the one
That
guy.
was two guys.
Yeah, that was something.
That was something.
Sorry, Jake.
Under 2.5.
Yes. I'm completely
So
DJ Moore, you didn't even win the game. Why are you throwing your helmet?
This is
That's
coming
what
from
I
a
already
Falcons
lost
fan.
it.
Let's throw this out there.
let's
This is coming
also talk about the fact that PJ Walker might have thrown the greatest pass of all time.
Yeah.
I don't think
PJ Walker, certified.
That was 70 yards in the air.
Michael Vick's to Deshaun Watson in 85.
But that wasn't to tie the game. Or,
That's a shot.
yeah, that wasn't to tie the game. I mean, I just still can't believe it, man. But you know.
I also-
sometimes you got- sometimes
I think Georgia Tennessee could be a guaranteed helmet throw.
I think for sure. 100%.
I mean,
like, are we saying like it counts? Like, okay, clock hits zeros. Tennessee upsets Georgia, and like 4 guys throw their helmets on the coming off the sideline. Are we saying
One helmet throw per team per game.
What has to be after a touchdown?
I'm saying a touchdown celebration
Um,
of a helmet throw. It's way too common.
I think 2.5's a lot. I think I'd put that at 1.5.
Okay, so you're gonna pound the under.
Yeah,
you're taking the
I'll
other
take-
2.5.
You're taking the under.
yeah, I'll take the under.
if we included sideline helmet throws, I
No,
would.
you're not. It's a touchdown celebration.
Then
What
I'm
about
definitely
an
taking
angry
under.
helmet throw?
That's what I was saying. I was
Well,
saying,
we're guaranteed 3.5 of those from Tom Brady this week.
and
Tablet throws.
2.5 tablet throws as well.
That's true.
What do they have this week again?
Let me check.
Buccaneers.
I can't remember. I think it's not their bye yet. I know that.
Who cares? They're not even.
They're not even gonna win.
Which is
Falcons being number. That was the battle for the division, and that's crazy. There's 2 teams that shouldn't be leaving their division right now. One of them's Falcons. Actually, maybe the Falcons should be. I don't know. I don't know.
Their division. Who else?
I don't know what to feel about that.
Seahawks.
The Seahawks leading the division right. The
Is
Seahawks are
insane.
5-3. Geno Smith, the resurrection. He
They-
don't write back. I hate that team.
Tom Brady plays Los Angeles Rams.
That's a snooze fest. That's 2 stinker teams right now.
Are they going to have a wheelchair throwing competition for Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady?
Matthew Stafford doesn't even deserve a wheelchair for how little he's played compared to
I mean,
Tom
That's
Brady.
true.
Like, you can't, like, Tom Brady doesn't. I'm not calling him dead yet. I can't.
the
That's my
Buccaneers.
guy.
So you're not calling the Buccaneers dead.
I'm fading.
That team's
I'm fading the Buccaneers as long as the divorce is still happening.
That's true, but like it's gonna be like the Eagles making the playoffs last year. They're just gonna get mollywopped in the first round.
It's fair.
Actually, I don't know.
I don't know. It's Tom,
Playoff Tom Brady.
Tom
You
Brady
never
gets
know
in
what's
the
gonna
playoffs.
happen.
Especially, like, let's think. They get a couple of linemen back here and there. And then, next thing you know, like, you got Chris Godwin. Julio's starting to play better.
They got dogs
They
running
got
down the field.
dogs. And that defense will only get better as the year goes on. It's true. Like, that defense is good still. But, that being said,
I think it's time to ask the question: was it Tom or was it Bruce Arians?
see, everyone that says, this is my rant for the day. Everyone that says Tom Brady wanted Bruce Arians fired is dumb. And here's why. Tom Brady has had, before he was fired, had 2 coaches in his life in the NFL. And he had a consistent hand the whole time. And no one likes change. No matter who you are. No one likes change. You're telling me Tom Brady wants to go to his third new system in
You're
the
telling
last
me that
4
guy
years?
wants to change systems ever?
Ever. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though, like, Leftwich is still calling the plays, it's still a new system. Like, you're still doing things differently. Your day-to-day is different with a different head coach. There's nobody that wants that in the NFL, in my opinion. But, that being said, Falcons are still current leaders in the division, and they are plus 250. They are
Derby Bird.
plus 250 to win the division right now.
Plus 250 is
Or
that
the division. Not the conference, the division.
Without using Kyle Pitts, I should say we should throw
He's
that in
got a
there.
touchdown.
Falcons had a good game. First one in a
It's
while.
the second
Smoke.
North American touchdown.
Also-
Slowly.
Speaking of good games, Christian McCaffrey is the greatest player in the NFL.
Round of applause. Go Niners.
The fact that I have to watch that guy just go all over the field and then I have a bye week right after is just disheartening.
I mean,
Patriots back, Noah?
the Jets is the Jets.
The Jets is the Jets.
And 13 straight sounds pretty good against the Jets. But the fact is, it's still the Jets. You can't take that win too seriously. That being said, we're not alive, but we're not dead. We're kind of that, like, we're in a coma.
I don't even want to know. I don't even know if I want to say it's the same old Jets anymore. It's a different Jets, but the Jets is the Jets, you know?
Yeah, it's Jets is the Jets. And technically, Patriots are the doormat division right now. But there is time to rise from the ashes.
Is it the first time in your life you have ever seen them in the bottom of that division?
This late in the year, yeah. I see Tom Brady's been in the bottom division before, but because he usually starts like 1-3 and then doesn't.
Yeah, he's usually not playing games in the first.
I would just like to say,
he likes to get suspended.
as long as Kirkland Brand Jimmy Garoppolo is playing for you guys, it's not going to look good.
Mac Jones made me happy this week. I don't say that very
Also, little Jimmy G slander. I think he went 21 for 25 this weekend. Had a great game.
I was just calling
He's
Mac
got
the
the
Kirkland
fifth-
Brand.
I think he's got the 5th highest QBR. QBR in the NFC.
often. Jimmy played well. I mean, it was an impressive performance.
He still frustrates me to watch.
All I know is we beat the Rams in the regular season. It's a given.
And
Death taxes, Levi's South.
I was gonna say that place is. I feel bad for the Chargers and the Rams. Really
I do
bad.
too. That
And the Raiders
it
started.
would suck moving to such a nice stadium and having no fan base.
And the difference between them and the Raiders is the Raiders fans are so die hard. That
Yeah, the Raiders-
never let somebody control that stadium besides the Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Even being in Vegas, but like you're in LA
Still the black hole.
and you're in LA and it's like, oh, we got the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Rams, the Chargers, the Kings. There's so many teams.
I know you just didn't say the Kings.
Just because you don't watch hockey, huh?
No one watches hockey in LA, man.
He also doesn't include the Angels with two of the greatest baseball players on the
Okay,
planet.
we're not even
You're
going to
in
go
LA.
there.
You're
Baby
in LA.
brother. Baby brother in LA.
The Kings have more championships in recent history than the Angels do. That's why they get mentioned.
Yeah, I mean it's been my entire lifetime since they've won a World Series, but
And at least your team has one. That's all I gotta say.
yeah, a lot of tough
Mariners-
talk from a Mariners fan over here.
We are coming
Would you take my Mickey Mouse World Series?
for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. If you would have told me even in a COVID season that the Marlins made the playoffs. Think about that. Let's take a step back. There was a shortened season.
That was a scrappy Marlins.
There was a shortened season, and the Mariners still couldn't make the playoffs. Just embarrassing. But we're here. We got Big Dumper. We got Julio Rodriguez. We got Luis Castillo. We're ready to roll.
I just like to bring up that I'm excited that this is going to be on video. So the next time in the group chat that I'm getting roasted for the Lakers winning a Mickey Mouse ring, I'm going to say that Noah also wanted to win a Mickey Mouse ring.
I will also, I would like to reach my condolences out to Tom. I would arguably say that his pain of the Dodgers not making this World Series is
Oh
more
my
pain
God.
than
Could
he's
you
had in the last 21 years of not making this.
Oh.
Could you imagine? One, I think the Dodgers lost to the Padres like 4 times this year. You just go out and get dogged on in the playoffs.
Dude, it's not.
You think we're losing to the Phillies?
The Padres must have called the Rockies and figured out what's the game plan.
The Rockies have a formula in their organization to beat the Dodgers.
100%.
My favorite Halloween costume I saw this weekend was a man wearing a Mickey Betts jersey, and he was just beat to shreds. And I go, "Are you a Dodgers player?"
It's fair.
That's very fair. No, there's been.
If I had crutches, I'd be broken trail lines right now, but I'm just regular trail lines.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey. Good teams are 4-4 right now.
Good teams are 4-4. There's a lot of good teams in the NFL that their record does not show how
A
good.
lot
they are
of
football.
scrappy teams. And then,
A lot of scrappiness going on. A lot of hard playing.
I saw a lot on Patriots Twitter this week after the game yesterday that people are saying, well, at least we have a better record than Tom Brady and that we don't need him anymore.
Sour Boston fans.
It's just a
Sour
lot of,
Boston
it's just a lot of
fans.
sad Patriots fans
This is-
that miss the glory days.
I would trade any quarterback we could have had for Tom Brady still right now. Like, if anybody,
I think, Jacob, you could fact check this. I think Tom Brady's leading the league in yards right now.
I mean, he's on my fantasy team. He doesn't score touchdowns, but he gets a lot.
He passes the ball a lot.
Yeah, and And the thing with the Bucks is they're not going to be good unless they can figure out how to run the ball, and that's why I'm saying on this Monday, Halloween Monday, watch out for Kareem Hunt to the Bucks by tomorrow.
I like it. I do
think
like
it makes
it.
sense because then you got Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt's kind of a good back for Brady to have to catch the ball really well. I like it.
I like it.
And plus,
I don't know, but at the same time, you still have Lombardi Lenny back there.
I know, but then you have both. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
who's their backup right now? Do we know?
it's a rookie.
Is it?
It's a rookie running back. I'm pretty sure.
I thought there was a name in there that like one of those names that floats around the league.
No, it's like Rashid White or something like that.
JP's on it.
But I don't know. Like thinking about some moves for the deadline. Apparently, nobody costs anything anymore because Roquan Smith just went for a second and the fifth, right?
The Bears are going to have like $250 million in cap space.
Can we just talk about?
And have a rookie a rookie contract.
Yeah, still on his rookie contract.
And like, as much as I'm not a huge fan of Justin Fields, you have to go all in now. Like,
I don't know.
You're not going to find another rookie quarterback, like rookie deal, that's going to.
No. Why would you?
All that cap space. You got to go all
I don't know who, like, I don't know big name free agents this year. I haven't looked at anything. I don't know who they could bring in.
No, I haven't either.
But if they don't bring in a lot of big names, they're dumb.
Yeah, we're also only like halfway into the season right now. We're like, the Bears are obviously in rebuild mode. Like they've proven that with their recent trades. And I just, like you said, they have so much cap room. They have so much opportunity.
They have a lot of draft picks too.
A lot of draft picks now.
You can't mess it up. As a GM, you can't mess this up.
I'd also just like to bring up that the Ravens are doing everything they can to not trade for a wide receiver for Lamar Jackson.
Well, why would you waste a wide receiver in there?
Like
Mark Andrews is the best person to catch a pass on that team.
My man Lamar has absolutely nobody to throw to right now.
If you're the Ravens, you just get like 5 tight ends and tell them they're like 5 tight ends and just put them all out there and let them throw those.
Because Lamar's throwing it to whoever's just going to find his way open in the middle of the field 10 seconds into the play.
He doesn't love throwing to receivers.
No. Could it be because he's got bad receivers?
Yeah,
of course.
Definitely. Are they going to try to trade for a good wide receiver?
Rashid White. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah. I was listening on the radio all the way home and you have to guess people by their name. So. Also, it's
Not
great.
It's not great.
30 yards of touchdown. So they basically have Leonard Fournette and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You give him some help. The offensive line's just not very good.
Well, they're hurt.
They hurt. They got hurt the first day of camp. That's what sucks.
Jensen's not going to come back, is he?
No.
Yeah, he's done.
He'll come back next year, maybe.
That's always
losing Alex Kappa to the Bengals.
It's always a devastating thing as a fan. Is before you even get to watch your team play, you lose out on one of your players.
Oh, and like for the year, not like just
for the year. You don't even get to watch them at all.
Yeah, you wait another.
You wait an entire offseason and your quarterback breaks his leg in week 2.
Yes, I mean it's
crazy.
It's hard.
Dalton, are you going to use this as a therapy session right now,
No,
man?
I'm just saying what I've been saying for the last 6 weeks.
The real question is, like, we're midway through the season. Obviously, we got some big games this week coming up that we'll talk about Thursday night game here soon. But like, who are the real teams? Who are the pretenders right now?
Who's winning the Super Bowl? Pretenders? Giants.
They have to be, right? But like the Vikings have had a good, decent schedule.
I think the
They've had a
Vikings.
favorable schedule and they've taken advantage of it, which makes me believe that I think it's their division.
I think the Vikings are right outside of the bubble of Super Bowl teams.
I agree.
I would disagree because that would mean Kirk Cousins has to play in a primetime game, which for some reason he turns into a whole different quarterback.
I'm a little over the Kirk Cousins slander. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like
I'm
he's
tired of it.
The last 2 years, I feel like he's earned the right to not get that slander. But
Hey, I'm just saying, 11 o'clock game, he's the greatest quarterback in the NFL.
Who are you taking right now, starting job? Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence. You're the Patriots. You have 2 options.
It's hard not to take Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence. But Kirk Cousins he's more established, and I think the leadership is a big thing, too.
I agree.
I wouldn't
You want to bet? You want to bet back there?
Exactly. I wouldn't want his contract, per se, but,
I think
you gotta pay. You gotta pay if you want the guy.
I think a more fair comparison to this would be Jimmy Garoppolo to Kirk Cousins.
That's just
Kirk Cousins, isn't it?
That's just Kirk Cousins twice, but I'm just trying to think in that situation who's going to throw more bonehead plays. Also, when we're talking about Jimmy G's great game yesterday, phenomenal game by the Niners. He throws the ball so well that he throws it just the way that the other team won't intercept it.
It's perfect.
He threw it perfectly into Jalen Ramsey's hands. He didn't care.
Do you know who did not do that this weekend?
Jalen Ramsey dropped it, by the way.
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, for some reason, cannot figure out how to play against that Patriots.
If he, but he sees ghosts every time he plays Patriots.
Yeah,
it's like 3 picks every time.
He's played 2 games against 2 or 3. I can't remember for sure how many games he played against Patriots. He has 2 touchdowns to 9 interceptions in 3 games.
He sure wasn't seeing ghosts this offseason. I'll tell you that.
That was a whole different topic. Anyways, let's go.
Maybe that's never mind.
Let's move on to the Thursday night football game this week.
Oh, I completely forgot that that's what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's kind of what we're going to say on Thursday too, because it's another one of those primetime games the NFL has graced us with this year.
Already
Got the Eagles, the 7-0 Eagles. Good on them. Good on them.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Doing what you do.
Philly, Philly.
Team. And we got the Texans.
Hear me out. You're telling me, what was it, 13.5?
13 13.
13 even?
13 and a half. I don't know. One of the
I think Montana Sportsbook. By the way, Montana Sportsbook. Sponsor us, man. I think Montana Sportsbook had 13.5. FanDuel had 13.
I think it's close.
Either
13. Yeah.
You're telling me that Dougie Davis Mills is losing by 14?
Yes.
You're telling me there's going to be 14.
Yes.
There might not be.
It's the primetime games have been so bad.
So bad.
And
Every
we've
week.
seen so many unders. You know,
Especially with Thursday. There's been, one good Thursday night football
I
game?
think it's time.
It was last
Think
week.
it's time for an over?
Maybe we start a little movement here. Maybe we just start betting the over until it happens.
Well, the man to bet the overs here. The over happens to be 43.5 at the odds minus 114.
Yeah,
I love that. I think
Oh,
the Eagles are going to score a lot, which is part of it.
Is Alvin Kamara going to be their starting running back on Thursday?
Do you think they actually move him?
They should.
Why?
What do they have to gain from keeping him at this point? They're rebuilding. Get rid of him. Get rid of Michael Thomas. Get an actual quarterback.
Michael Thomas just doesn't play, so I don't know if that even.
Get rid of that guy off your team.
JP, you're an NFC South guy. Let's hear it. What do you think the Saints should do?
You think so? I don't know.
But like, if you're a team, unless you're like
He's played
the
like 2
Packers,
games.
you're the Packers or the Ravens. It's the only 2 teams I'd see like wanting to take a chance. Because if you already have like 2 good receivers, why take a chance on a guy that might play that week and then week 16 just be like I don't really.
But you got to look at the upside. What happens when you have Aaron Rodgers and Michael Thomas?
No, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense with the Packers and like the Ravens that don't have.
You're going to use that arm
talent.
talent on slants.
It's true.
And ayahuasca.
And ayahuasca.
Yeah.
It's not a drug, it's a plant. Come on, man.
But for the Thursday night game, I'm taking the Eagles minus 13 at minus 110. And my prop bet for that game will be the first drive result is an offensive touchdown plus 350. You know, I'm really banking on the Texans.
If the Texans get the ball at the beginning, you're screwed.
But is it in Philly or is it in Houston? It's in. Okay.
Oh,
So
poor
you know,
Phillies.
we're hoping for the best here. I think the Eagles will get the ball first, and I think they'll score.
I
As
can
long as
picture in my mind Jalen Hurts running into the end zone at the beginning of that game.
Yeah, I almost took him first touchdown score, but that's strictly.
I went with an easy one, a simple one. Damian Pierce anytime touchdown.
What's that?
Plus 160.
What?
Not
I
bad.
like it.
I just don't. Brandon Cooks has been a non-factor for us being in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
I also went with an easy one there, Dalt. I did A.J. Brown anytime touchdown plus 110.
Did he use them all up this weekend?
Hey,
How does it feel knowing that the 2 guys I blessed you with
listen.
in a fantasy
Listen.
football trade, I blessed this man with Travis Etienne and A.J. Brown.
I told you
But they
guys
combined
at the
for
beginning of
80
the
this
day.
weekend?
I told you guys at the beginning of the day when I saw Travis Etienne lighting it up that this was the plot that I deserve for trading somebody 2 weeks.
I just think it's a
In the
little
second
wild.
and third
I think it's a little wild you dropped. And can we also talk about the fact in our fantasy football league, Antonio Gibson is currently on the waiver.
Okay, but that's me. That's me. I dropped him. But here's why. When Carson Wentz was the quarterback for that team. Which I don't know if he'll get his job back. The most he had, besides like the first 2 weeks when Robinson was out, he had less than 10 fantasy points, and there was no purpose.
Which is fair enough.
He's had a good 2 games. I don't know if he'll continue.
I don't either.
He's caught 2 touchdowns. Like
Brian Robinson, he caught like, I think Antonio Gibson caught like 7 passes yesterday.
Yeah, he's not. They're using him as a receiver. They're not using him as right.
No.
And so it's just like, how do you rely on that man in the flex? You know,
You don't rely on any of the Commanders running backs. That being said, I've started Brian Robinson for the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, but your team stinks.
My team stinks.
And
I haven't had both of my running backs play together in the same week all year. Fantasy football stinks.
I'm just glad I took Alvin Kamara from you.
I'm still so mad. I think that's the second good trade that I had set up. Cold feet right after. Never got it.
You did, yeah, you backed out.
I didn't back out.
You didn't get it done.
Jackson backed out.
I gave Jackson an offer. He simply could not.
Shout out House Cat.
Shout out House Cat. He's doing well, boys. He's doing well.
Shout out.
But yeah, I mean, probably about time to wrap this thing up for today.
Hopefully, with any luck, it doesn't look terrible.
You know, it's day one. It's a great setup we got here going here at the
Yeah,
university.
I'm really glad that we paid for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
Dude, this studio had to cost like.
Oh, you guys didn't personally pay for it.
No,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
joke.
I thought you guys were like renting it out.
Studio in the basement of the library.
Any last words from you guys? Like is there any last little teaser bets you want to throw out there? That
Yeah, I'll take Tyrese Maxey over 21.5 points tonight. This is Monday, Halloween night.
Who he play for?
Philadelphia 76ers.
Huh.
Rolling with Philly. Philly's doing well right now. They're turning it around.
You know, I haven't looked up anything.
Any last comments of what you want to see this week going forward? Any good matchup even? Like, what will your attention be at this weekend?
Well, Niners are on a bye week.
Exactly. You got a free weekend.
I don't even know what I'm going to do on Sunday. I don't know if I have the energy to sit and watch Red Zone all day. New Call of Duty game. I got things to do.
You know that's fair.
All I'm saying is, we've gone this long without saying anything. If the Grizz don't win this weekend, I'm going to jump off a building. And that's all I got to say about that.
Dalton.
Shout out to our boss.
Yeah. Sorry, AJ.
For the work, man. He graciously has accepted us as partners of his company, BarnBurner Sports.
I don't know why, but
I don't know.
I love AJ. I will not take back my statement.
We do love AJ. Dalton's feelings might be agreed with throughout this one,
oh my god.
but you know, at the end of the day, it's go Grizz all the time. So,
Right on.
as we close here, I will close with the Calgary Flames on Tuesday, -1.5 against Dalton Seattle Kraken.
Hey,
And I will do exactly what I did to Bryce against Lakers.
go Kraken.
You know, let's go Flames. Everybody have a great week. See you next week.
See ya.